I didn't do Rune News last night because I had some family stuff on, so I wasn't able to go through content like this. So today I will treat you guys to my terrible reading ability and discuss the forestry, the way of the forester overview. All right, we're gonna skip this stuff because we know I've got a 90% pass rate. We don't really care about the rest of it. I don't want to watch the video again. This guy looks like he's ready to cut trees. Looks a little bit like a lumberjack, so I trust him with everything going forward with the forestry update. He knows his business. Like, are you telling me that this guy's straight out of fucking Little Red Riding Hood, that movie? You know, where the wolf's eating the grandmother? That's the fucking lumberjack right there. The schnitzel guy. All right, group tree cutting. So apparently, you can't cut a tree with a friend at the moment. There's more than one player cannot cut the same tree. This is happening now with forestry, group tree cutting. With this update, we wanted to make woodcutting a more social activity. Currently, trees that give more than one log have a 1 in 8 chance to deplete, and each tree has its own regrowth timer. I believe the timer is faster with the more people on the WOD. So 2,000 people on the WOD, it'll grow back faster. These mechanics mean that it's better for a player to chop tree on their own, which makes competition for resources fierce and the skill as a whole a solitary endeavor. To be honest, I don't really think that's much of a problem. No, it's all good, Baines. I got that sorted. I really don't think this is a problem anymore in most places with trees being shed too often. Maybe in the Woodcutting Guild on magic trees and yew trees. I don't really think outside of that, maybe 2 ticking teaks and like Prif. Does anyone here really have a problem with having competition against trees? I don't know. I feel like because it's not really a heavily demanding skill, you could just go to a world with higher ping and do it. But there used to be a problem back in the day. But we'll go on. To help support group play and reduce competition, we'd like to offer the following changes. Trees will despawn on a timer that activates after the first cut and regenerates if the player stops cutting the tree before fully chopped. So kind of like upstairs in Motherlode Mine. Timer length will be based on the average time each different type of tree currently lasts. Does this mean that your axe doesn't scale? I'm pretty sure your axe determined whether a tree would chop, right? Or is it just a flat 1 in 8 chance? Players chopping the tree, the same tree get an invisible woodcutting bonus that scales with the number of players up to a maximum of 10. Players chopping the same tree get an invisible woodcutting bonus. So the more people cutting the tree, the faster you cut logs. Okay. So woodcutting bonus, duration, and event chance. Multiple people. You earn logs, leaves, and woodcutting currency. Okay. Yes, a spawn event. Yes, once cut down. So there's a spawn event. Yes, during. Oh, I'm confused. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is a spawn event? With bees? So, if an event doesn't spawn, you just go back to cutting. An event can spawn while you're cutting or while the tree's cut down. And then when you beat the event, you can get scaled woodcutting XP scaled by the level, more woodcutting currency, and event-specific rewards, which lets you purchase new items and crafting components for forestry items. Okay, I see. I get that. All right. This is for every tree in the game, correct? We understand that some of you feel tree predation, I don't know what the fuck it means, about altering the current trees in the game. As an alternative option, we'd like to offer the mighty variants of each tree. They work similar to superior slayer creatures and will offer more logs. Okay, longer despawn timers and greater chance to spawn special events. So that'll be what the event is, right? Like superior trees. Want to know which approach you prefer? New mechanics for old trees or mighty trees with new behavior? Oh, okay. Or perhaps both. I think both would be great. Don't you think? I think the new way of cutting trees is great because who gives a fuck about trees getting cut down? If they're going to last longer on a timer, that's excellent. That's better than losing your tree instantly, I think. Especially for like normal trees and oak trees when you're starting out. Nothing worse than cutting a magic log, getting one log, and then the tree falling down, you know? And then superior trees, that sounds like a win. I think both of those are really good. Forestry kit and items, alright. Chop chop, your axe is far from the only trusted tool you'll need for your forestry journey. Please give us chainsaws. You'll need a forestry kit full of useful bits and bobs for any building forester. I hope, before we read forward, I'm hoping that this means that we get, like, essentially a tool belt, in a way. Have your axe and your knife or something into one little item slot. Equipable item slot. Seems like it could be an update to make woodcutting, to make it less click and sit city people choose. Don't see why to make a new skill out of it. No, this isn't a new skill. This is to adapt onto woodcutting. Forestry is becoming a new part of woodcutting. Yeah, tool belt would be awesome. I think tool belt needs to be in this game. It's kind of amazing that it hasn't been polled yet. This is a wearable item that will store a plethora of new tools and materials, so you can interact with Gillinor's forest in whole new ways. It's going to be absolutely essential for most of the content we plan to introduce to the expansion. So I'd say like new ways to light fires and stuff, and storing leaves and shit. You get a basic one on the introductory quest. Cool. Any good workman knows he must upgrade his tools, and the forestry kit is no exception. Not just must you upgrade your tools, but you must also blame your tools. You can craft new additions to the kit from existing items like metal bars or leather, combined with new items from the Freaky Forester's store. To get your hands on these on his wares, you'll need to trade a brand new untradeable currency only found in forestry, anema infused bark. Okay, you'll find a little anema infused bark while cutting down trees, but the main way you'll earn it is by participating in events. More on those in a moment. Cool. So you have woodcutting currency and logs that you can purchase, forestry items, components. Then you can sell the components or craft them for cooking, smithing, crafting, farming, fletching, and other components. Very cool. Produces crafted forestry item. Then you can sell that item or use it, which then gives you skill bonuses for woodcutting, forestry, farming, and other skills consumed on use. I like it. Good call. Good stuff. Going forward, I'm going to need a Pepsi Max, so give me a second. Alright, back to business, boys. Sorry. I don't like the extra social aspect. Bonus for having 10 players or whatever. Why not? If there's more people on the tree, you get more logs. And XP. What's the negative side? All the kit upgrades are tradable. They can be bought and sold on the Grand Exchange or traded between players. Yep, typically. This isn't something we usually do, but we hope to create a smaller, self-sufficient economy within forestry that gives you benefits for all skills, allowing you to spend newly earned currency and become a sink for every type of log. Cool. Okay. An overall benefit for the rest of the in-game economy. Hopefully. Can we still stand around the mega trees and ask why chop? Yes. Any change is good. Excuse me. I don't have any friends. Doesn't matter. You don't need friends. Listen to the stuff. I haven't looked into it yet, but sounds super interesting. Yeah, I haven't looked at it either. This is my first time, so we're all gonna learn together and see how we go. Skill is molding. They work so hard for their woodcutting capes. Then they'll just do something else. By the by, whatever that means, you'll be glad to hear that your nifty forestry kit also holds all the consumable items you need for forestry events, freeing up plenty of space for whatever else you want to lug around in your inventory. So at least we're not gonna, lose a lot of bag spaces with this shit. Alright, clothes pouch. Allows players to store lumberjack outfit pieces to get the bonus while being able to wear whatever fashion scape they fancy. Okay, takes priority over other outfit bonuses. So, can be toggled off to stop the override. So basically, you keep the clothes pouch on you, then you don't need to wear it while you're woodcutting. Is this something you wear? You'd wear the pouch on what, your back? So you just wear a cape, and you get the full woodcutting bonus. That's pretty cool. They should do that with more kits. That'd be really good. Forester's ration. That means you can wear it while in like Wintersod, right? It's not a big bonus, but I mean you still could and stay warm. Restore some run energy after chopping down a tree. Scaled by tree difficulty. For Forester's ration. So you don't need standard potions anymore, boys. Just take a dragon axe and start cutting normal trees to get your run energy back. As long as it's a lot of run energy. That's a pretty cool idea. I like that. Normal leaves, new, get cooked meat. Awesome. Forester's scone. So hold on. This is to craft it, so you need cooked meat. Okay. Increase the chance to spawn events based on the number of other foresters with scones. Cutting the same tree. Alright, cool. Scale to a maximum of 10 scones. Secretary's attachment. Gather more leaves but fewer logs. That might be something people want. Secretary's blade, which will be a new item, and steel bars. Lucky charm. A chance to spawn the leprechaun event and increase the variety of rewards. A leprechaun event. What is a leprechaun event? Sorry about the mic, guys. Just opening my bag of lollies. Pedal circler. Chance to spawn the dryad event. Increase the chance of getting better rewards. Okay, so we've got a bunch of different events. You've got the magic fairy event. which is obviously the wind chimes. Then chance to spawn the beehive event. Sturdy bee box. Receiving sturdy bee box parts. Okay, for the bee smoker. Sturdy harness, which is combined with a log basket. They did say we're going to get a log basket, so it's like a fish barrel, an ore sack, a herd sack for your logs. Combined with the log basket and the forestry kit to make one combined equipable item. Forestry kit was... Oh, this is inside the forestry kit. Okay, cool. Awesome. To make one combined... Okay, so what you would do... Alright, so hear me out. Okay, so you have the log basket, which is what you're... I'm assuming you're going to get on the quest or something. Now, you're going to get... Centralize this a little bit. You're going to get the forestry kit, and you can put your clothes pouch in the forestry kit. Okay? Now, that stays in your inventory, right? And you get the full bonus. But then if you get the harness, the forestry kit becomes equipable. Then you can equip, then you can have your full outfit equipped in your offhand, I would assume, or your back, with everything else. So that's pretty cool, and it kind of builds up the, you can't just make it equipable straight away. You have to unlock the sturdy harness for it. I think that's what that's trying to tell me, right? I think so. I remember the slingshot to be used in the peasants event. Or pheasants event. There's a slingshot. Alright. Cool. Chance to spawn the flowering tree event and increase tree seed yield. Awesome. Nature offering. Chance to get extra resources when cutting trees. Chance increased based on number of other foresters cutting the same tree. So you want to cut trees with other people. How big should logs be, by the way? What's the normal average size for a single log? 1 inventory square per log. Chance to get tree seeds from events. That's pretty cool. Alright, cool. So those are some nice rewards. Very good. I'm not going to do any more woodcutting until this comes out now. Usually we need entire new areas to add new bits of content to skills. Not with forestry. No, sir. Our aim is to upgrade familiar parts of the world with new and existing activities. Wherever there are trees, there's forestry, with the exception of the Woodcutting Guild and a few odd dungeons. So the Woodcutting Guild doesn't count, which is good, because otherwise people just count the Woodcutting Guild, right? So that's good. I think that's smart. Along these lines, we've added a variety of special events where you'll meet all sorts of foresty friends, like the good old days where you'd be happy chopping away and an evil tree spirit would pop out and smack you, except nobody's evil. The only thing you're getting smacked is a ton of loot. Trust me, people are evil. You don't have to worry about the evil tree spirit. I was fighting someone in LMS earlier with some incredibly racial name. I can't remember what it was now. There's evil people out there, trust me. I'm one of them. Anytime you have the right gear equipped while collecting logs, you'll have a chance to spawn world events that everyone can interact with. That's cool. I like the idea of world events. I'm keen for the first world boss. A new event won't spawn in a given area until the precious one is finished. So chop chop. I guess the rev boss is a world boss, but the more players there are, up to a limit, the higher the chance that an event will spawn. So gather your friends and get back to nature. Sounds good. Extra furry beaver transmog blend, though. That'd be pretty cool. Just a big bushy beaver. During chopping events. What the fuck is this resolution? Alright. So while you're cutting the tree, these events can happen. And then when the tree is cut, these events can happen. So you have rising roots, which gives you anemia-infused bark with cutting currency and increased XP when chopping the roots. Roots have suddenly appeared from the ground, wrapping themselves around the tree in order to protect its brethren from being cut. Heartwarming, but inconvenient. It's time to cut, so you just cut the roots. Friendly ant. This friendly ant has woken from a long slumber in dire need of a haircut. Trim its hair, basically, and you get the same anemia, and you also get scaled woodcutting XP. Beehive. The hive full of buzzy bee buddies are looking to relocate, and it's your job to find them a new home. I wish they would attack you. Quickly build bee boxes near the tree and wait for the friendly beekeeper to show up and deliver them safely. Cool, and then you get anemia and then bee box pieces with woodcutting XP. Peasants. So this will be where all the poor people come out. The pollution of these not so pleasant peasants is getting out of control. Grab a slingshot from your trusty forestry kit and help manage the population. So basically a bunch of poor people are going to start rocking up, and you just got to cull them back into their little cave. So shout out, I'm a big fan of the peasant, the peasant minigame. I love hitting poor people. Especially as a poor person, you just pretend it's not you. You get peasant tails and feathers. I guess they're wearing feathered clothing. And a pet. I wouldn't mind a little, like a Warcraft 3 peasant following me around. Work, work. Yes, my lord. Righto. Flowering tree. Grab your trusty bee on a stick, available in a good forestry kit. Any good forestry kit. And help the newly spawned flowers around the tree. Collect pollen. You get seeds. Cool. Awesome. I like that. Now, when the tree is chopped down, you get the leprechaun, which is a cheeky fella. It appears you'll be able to deposit your woodcutting items straight to your bank. Which is good. Forester's chart. Like, what do you mean clip, Samantha? What happened? What does that mean? Anyway, you get a bank deposit, which is called Dryad. Mystical in name, as they are in nature. These ancient beings will sometimes appear and allow players to offer logs as tribute. How generous of them. Very cool. So you basically just get nests and bird XP as well. Alright, cool. Enchantment ritual. The Dryad will sometimes appear and ask for help in a ritual. Follow the instructions given in order to successfully cast the enchantment. This is the first event, I think, other than the peasant one, that you don't get anema infused bark. Oh, and the leprechaun, I guess. Tree gives a tier above what it would usually extra wood cutting assist. So what if it was redwood? Redwood won't count, will it? Because it's in the guild. Okay. Struggling sapling. A poor struggling sapling needs your help to grow big and strong. Rake the right combination of falling leaves into the sapling in order for it to flourish. Be quick though, or it could wither and die. And then you get anemic infused bark and assorted leaves. Cool. Where's Ryan? He's a fucking pedophile cunt. What do you want him for? A peasant pet and a Varrock stray dog would be awesome, hey? Why can't Jesus show up and tell you you're awesome? Why this witchcraft and rituals? I'm going to ignore that comment. Poachers. Your careless chopping has scared a fox out of its den. The poachers are after it. Stop the poachers by tackling them to the ground. Hell yeah. No strength XP for that? Cringe, bro. I like it. They all sound really fun. They do sound really fun. Campfires, leaves, and tea. This is where you guys come in, okay? This is where streamers will thrive, I'm pretty sure. Tree leaves already exist for some trees and can be obtained by planting your own trees and chopping them down. Want to expand the number of trees they can be obtained from and give some cool new benefits to boost, and allow obtaining them while chopping trees, not just from farming. In forestry, each leaf type has its own set of useful effects, which can be useful all over the game. The aim is to increase the utility of woodcutting without replacing potions. Haven't fully committed to the details, but we want to give an overview of the effects we're exploring. So you have combat boosts for combat skills, production boosts for production skills, gathering skills. Power boosts the power of other leaf effects, adds no power to empty categories. Duration, increases duration of boost effects. Easily, alright? So we're looking at a graph here, open for, this is, you know, just a rough idea, but basically you're looking at like, you know, different logs for different categories. And then you got basic fruit, exotic fruit, and redwoods, of course, but it's all going to determine on what logs you burn, okay? So we can worry about that when it's more simplified. Foresters' campfires, alright? Forestry is intended to make woodcutting more social, and we're better to socialize than around a nice toasty campfire. No doubt, you'll no doubt be familiar with the mechanics here. Whack out some freshly chopped logs, light them, and you've got yourself a fire. To upgrade it to a cozy campfire, just add 15 leaves. Depending on which leaves you add, you and anyone joining you can receive a buff. If you'd like the slightly bigger bonus, you can choose to consume a forester's ration while in range of the campfire. This will also restore a bit of run energy, which nothing like a hearty meal to keep you going. There you go, it's a little bit like resting. So guys, when I'm trying to do content, I'm going to need you guys to build campfires around the map so I can run, throw some leaves in, get the benefit, and fuck off. So your grinds are going to be on pause while I'm streaming so I can benefit from it. The perks of a streamer, okay? If you don't, you'll be banned. Tea brewing. The second way to receive... Wait, what if you start lighting fires in like Vedion room? I'm not paying you, cunt. You can suck ma. I'll pay you in tea leaves. How about that? The second way to receive benefits from leaves is to fully customize your bonuses. Use your knowledge of herb lore to brew up a lovely cuppa. And you receive benefits based on your chosen ingredients like potions, which have set recipes. This process is a bit more creative. Okay, so you can basically just customize the fuck out of them. Look at this. Tea brewing. up to 6 different leaves. Or 10 leaves, but 6 different types of leaves. That's pretty badass. Teas only affect one player at a time. After all, you wouldn't want someone else stepping your brew. No, of course not. Like potions. So that's pretty cool. I don't imagine it being super strong, like +3 combat times 6. You might be able to mash like super combat. You might get some best in class stuff out of this. It'd be pretty cool. What's up, Tom? How you doing? If we all build a fire on every tile, you'll get super buffed. It would be pretty good. Iron players. Some of you prefer to go it alone. We're talking about you, iron players. We want to honor your pledge to stand on your own 2 iron feet by making sure that other players' campfires don't affect you. Group iron players, of course, are the exception. Members of the same group can benefit from other... Fuck! Looks like you cunts can't help me after all. Okay, all iron players can receive buffs from campfires they've made themselves. Shit. So I gotta do this myself? Yep, looks like Will's into woodcutting if he doesn't want to do revs. Done. Time for our favorite part, the rewards. Wear pet. Log basket. Equipable item stacks up to 28 extra logs. Awesome. It can be combined with the forestry kit and sturdy harness to create the forestry basket. Perfect all-in-one storage for the fancy forester, which is what is, like I said, predicted it, I told you. This is going to let you have the equipable, offhand, or cape slot lumberjack outfit too. With anemic infused bark combined of logs. Cool. Combination of logs. Alright. Forestry outfit and recolors. There you go. We love that. I'm always down for a recolor. The forestry outfit is cool. I love it. The B-Box. Player and Hound B-Box. Take care of your buzzing brethren with your very own B-Box in a player and house. Cool. 2-handed axes. Alright. Here we go. These 2-handed axes will come in various metal types. Yep. They give more experience but increases your cut time. More XP but slower logs. I'm not complaining about that if it's more AFK. Alright. Lumberjack outfit. Oh, we don't have to do temple trekking anymore? Let's fucking go. Now we're giving a more thematic way to earn this. I'm doing that. I'm not doing temple trekking then. Since they Jagex patched it so you can't dupe pets with temple trekking, don't need to go there anymore. Fuck it. Irons burn alone. It sounds like it, maggot. Aberrant gloves. These hand items will augment your tree farming patch and allow you to get a variety of benefits. Very cool. Reduced protection cost, which is really good for farming. Higher yield, bonus XP, and slightly boosted growth time. Is this for farming? Holy fuck. A useful fucking farming item. Reduced protection cost. Higher yield from farming patches. Tree farming patches. Fuck the yield. Bonus XP though. Seed packs. Awesome. Enough said. Sawmill voucher. Get more planks for your pennies. These handy vouchers give you bonus planks when converting logs at the sawmill. Does it work with the spell? Probably not. Funky shaped log. Did you know that beavers have the power to color shift? Here we go, boys. You use the funky shaped log on the beaver pet. You'll unlock the option to change its color by giving it different log types. Magic beaver coming in, boys. I love it. What's this? Where the content sits. Hopefully, you now have a good idea of forestry, what forestry is and what it will bring to the game. Now we want to discuss where the content will sit compared to other skilling experience. We'll start the basics. How does forestry compare to your standard woodcutting adventure? We're aiming to give you more XP per hour than you'd get from cutting regular, boring trees. Good. More XP per hour. Doesn't need to be broken, it needs to be more. With the tradable rewards from events and buffs from campfires, we expect you to be in a better spot for both XP per hour and GP per hour. Good. Let's scale things up and take a look at redwoods. This is one of the most chilled out woodcutting activities. They don't need tons of attention and make grinding out those last few levels a breeze. Since forestry is more interactive, we think it should also give more XP per hour than redwoods. Yes. One thing we don't want forestry is to outshine other high skill, high intensity woodcutting methods like 2-tick teak chopping. You lot put major effort into figuring these methods out, and we don't want to devalue the time you've spent. We're also still discussing the forestry, where forestry should shit against Sheep's mushrooms, which gain you numerate and unidentified fossils alongside logs. Make it one of the more profitable options. However, this activity is a bit riskier than forestry, so you might encounter time monsters every time you try it. Let us know what you think in the survey, no worries. In terms of intensity, forestry requires a lot more attention than other woodcutting methods. To get the most out of this content, you'll be taking part in different events, creating new items for forestry kit, making campfires and brewing teas. I don't care if it's fun. I don't mind woodcutting if it's fun. Consequently, consequence. We're still discussing what the GP per hour is going to look like, although we're getting a fun experience and loads of extra XP. We don't expect Forestry to be a huge moneymaker, especially compared to bossing or, say, crafting blood runes. We mentioned before the Forestry, Forestry introduced its own mini economy, so there will be an element of trading there, but where that's going to fit in the wider economy is still up for debate. Cool. You also have noticed the Forestry isn't limited to woodcutting. You get XP for different things like cooking, crafting, herbal or fire making, fletching, mining, smithing. Yes, yes, yes. Survey current plans. Let's go survey. Alright. What type of account do you mainly play? Groove Iron. What type of content do you mainly participate in? Let me just... What type of content do you mainly participate in? Completionist content? What the fuck? Yeah, I guess so. Social, that includes streaming, I guess. Quest and lore. Completed it, mate. Minigames. I raid. Clue scrolls, yeah. PVM, yeah. Skilling, yeah. PvP. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What platform do you mainly use? OSRS. Yeah, probably equally. Primarily desktop, actually. But, yeah, mobile too, yeah. Yeah. What platform are you answering the server on? Desktop, dude. Come on. You'll start your Forestry journey in a brand new quest available to players yet, whatever, who've already sharpened their woodcutting skills enough to bring down a mighty oak tree. During your next shopping session, you'll likely find a leafy note which will start the quest. Really? Like now already? After deciphering the message and tracking down the mysterious note writer, you'll be whisked away from the freaky forest. Much like Sleeping Giants and Temple of the Eye, this quest will serve as a forestry tutorial where you'll learn all you need to start exploring the content. Okay, cool. How do you feel about the overall concept of forestry? I like it. I think it's fucking excellent. Does anyone have any problems with the forestry concept? I think it looks fucking good. Minigamescape, SMH. Get over it. Based on your previous answers, tell us why you feel the way about the concept. The J mod that was in the trailer looked like he knew a thing or two about cutting down trees. The flano, the ginger hair and beard. Man knew how to swing an axe. So I trust him with my life. Alright. How do you feel about the quest being added to guide? Yeah, that's good, because it means, like, there's less fucking idiots out there, and I can just make a guide on it. How do you feel about Forestry taking part in already established areas of the game? Good. We don't need more areas. I missed half of this, but it's implemented in the minigame. Trees across the world. Trees across the map, except the woodcutting guild. It's good. Woodcutting is so boring and it drags. Yeah, it's good. I think it's really good. I bet Hanani is a big fat right now. Yes. He did look like a lumberjack. He did, hey. How much of this is free to play, I wonder? 0. Just assume never. With this update, we wanted to make woodcutting a more social activity. Yeah, currently yes, so they want to add the timers. Trees will just spawn on a timer that activates after the first cut. And regenerates, yes, I think that's perfect. It's like upstairs Motherload Mine. Play shop in the same tree, get an invisible woodcutting bonus that scales the number of players up to a maximum of 10. Yes. Do that, please. Yes. Yes. So basically, the more people cut in the tree, the higher the invisible boost. I'm ready for TOA, just getting drink. Alright. No worries. I might do one for Sunday night, make kill quickly though, if you don't mind. And then we'll go. How do you feel about the introduction of mighty variant trees? Extremely likely, yes. Implement the new behavior on both normal and mighty trees. Yes. Implement the new behavior on... I mean, I don't want to answer these. Don't include mighty trees, no. Implement the new behavior on only mighty trees. I'll go neutral. But I think it should. Yes. Alright. What's this shit? The axe is far from the only trusted tool you'll need. Yep. To really succeed, you'll need a forestry kit. Full of useful bits. We've already read all this shit, right? Oh, good. We can just speedrun it. Alright. How do you feel about the roster of utility items accessible? Yes. I like it. This is literally just copy and paste from the post, yeah? So we can just scroll through. Are there any items you feel aren't suitable for forestry? Aren't suitable? No, I like it all. I like it all. Did they say whether there's an increased pet rate? No, why would you get increased pet rate? How do you feel about all the items found in the forestry kit being craftable, consumable, and tradable? Yeah, that's fine. Everyone's going to max it out eventually. How do you feel about the idea of a mini self-sufficient economy that features within forestry and the items found in forestry kits? Yes, I think that's cool. because it affects the main economy a little less. Alright, how do you feel about the idea of events happening during the Forestry expansion? Yes, while shopping and once it's shopped. Yep. How do you feel about more events spawning dependent on the amount of players cutting? Yeah, I think that's good. That way there's more teamwork involved. All the events are good. I did like the idea. How do you feel about each one? I liked all of them. I don't think there was a bad one in there. I think they were all really cool. So we're gonna go extremely like all of them, especially the peasants one. I'm keen to just like fucking donk peasants. And if I get the peasant pet, if it's not the guy from fucking Warcraft V walking around just, yes, my lord, right-ho, what is it? I'm gonna be fucking pissed. How do you feel about the overall potential to added benefits for leads? Yes. I love this whole thing. Everything is extremely likely. Rank the order of interest you have from the potential benefits. I don't think combat boost is super. I think production being first, because production fucking sucks. Wait, what? Oh, okay, I see. Wait, no. Gathering sucks. I mean, that's pretty good. How do you feel about us exploring more niche-focused effects found in tree leaves? Yeah, I like that. What type of effects would you like to see from tree leaves? I don't have one. How do you feel about the current idea for burning tree leaves? Yeah, I like that too. That's good. I think it's talking about the peasants. Like the bird? No, peasants are poor people, dude. How do you feel about the current idea for tree brewing? I like the idea. I think it's good. Mixing it is really cool. Herbal XP is a no-brainer. Oh. I don't have one currently. Alright. How should iron accounts interrupt campfires? Iron players not gaining other players' buffs. Non-iron players benefiting from iron players' campfires. How backwards would that be? If Iron Man could gain buffs from your fires, but you couldn't gain benefits from our fires? Now, hear me out. The reason I say extremely dislike is purely selfish. I think it should be extremely like from a good, like a game's health point of view. But from a streaming point of view, where I can get you fuckers to build the fires for me, I'm taking the dub on this one. I'm taking it selfishly. Alright. How do you feel about each potential reward? I liked all the rewards. I liked them all. They're all very good. Two-handed axes are huge. The gloves are awesome. Very cool. And then the log. Where's the log? Funky shaped log. Perfect. Alright, moving on. What areas would you like to see Forestry focus on? Experience. Little to medium focus on gold making. Intensity, I think should be... I reckon medium focus, but... wait, no. Heavy focus. My bad. Heavy focus on experience. Where would you see Forestry sit in terms of XP per hour compared to other woodcutting activities? Two tick-ticks. Or cylinder-shaped mushrooms. I think two tick-ticks. Because... two tick-ticks are AFK. Gold per hour. I'm happy for it to be two tick-ticks as well. Where do you see Forestry sit in terms of intensity compared to other activities? Forestry sit. Oh, intensity. Redwoods. Nah, I'm happy with like cylinder mushrooms, to be honest. Please rank the following areas from Forestry in order of importance. Okay, the following areas of importance, I think, is... tree cutting behavior is pretty important. The Forestry kit's pretty important. Rewards are pretty important. Events are pretty important. That's my opinion, I think. Forestry kit and items are pretty important because that will really make or break everyone's experience. They need to make sure they get the kits and items right. The rewards also need to be very important. Then the tree cutting behavior, and then events. Leads and benefits are good. Then campfires. Campfires maybe more than leads and benefits. Tea brewing, and then social. No one gives a fuck about social experience. Let's be honest. What would be your preferred method of approach to release this update? Split the release into two parts? No, release everything at once. Don't give me this beta shit. Give me a later release date, but make it finished. If Forestry is polled in its current form, how would you vote? Yes. Cool. Job done. Good job, good luck. For Sign of Nightmare, turns into a mascot, we got logged out. This is the easiest room in the raid. It's quite simple. You got a big boy. Look at him, god damn. Fuck me, look at that boy. It's huge.